When the power goes out for a few hours, it's an inconvenience. But when it goes out for days or longer, everything changes. People stop thinking about comfort and start thinking about survival. And in those moments, the biggest pressure often doesn't come from strangers. It comes from the people living right next door. The items you prepared quietly today may become the very things your neighbors desperately look for tomorrow. That's why knowing what to protect and how to protect it can make all the difference. Today, we'll go through 50 items that become unexpectedly valuable during a blackout, and why keeping them discreet may be just as important as having them. Number 1. Stored food. Food is always the first resource people start paying attention to when things shut down. During a blackout, grocery stores empty fast, and even simple canned meals become incredibly valuable. That's why storing food isn't just about having calories, it's about protecting your stability when everything around you becomes unpredictable. Long-lasting foods like rice, lentils, oats, and pasta should be stored in containers that don't attract attention. A plain plastic bin with no labels is much safer than leaving store-branded boxes on open shelves. Rotating your stock keeps it fresh, but more importantly, keeping your pantry discreet prevents outsiders from realizing how well prepared your home is. The less visible your supplies are, the less pressure you'll face when neighbors run out and start scanning for who might help them. Number 2. Drinking water. Water becomes emotionally charged during a crisis. When faucets stop running, panic grows quickly, even among usually calm people. That's why protecting your water storage is just as important as storing it. Use opaque containers and place bottles under beds, behind furniture, or in areas guests never enter. Water purification tablets and filters should be kept out of sight too. People naturally look toward prepared neighbors for help when water becomes scarce, and even innocent questions like, "Do you still have water?" can create tension. The goal isn't to refuse help, it's to prevent conflict by not drawing attention to your reserves in the first place. Number 3. Flashlights. Light becomes a signal in darkness. A single beam through a window tells everyone on the street, someone inside is prepared. To avoid attracting attention, keep flashlights in drawers or bags instead of leaving them out. Choose flashlights with red light modes or low settings so you can move around without broadcasting your presence. Store extra bulbs and backup lights in separate locations across your home. Flashlights are small enough to steal quickly, so the best protection is simply keeping them out of sight and using them with intention. Number 4. Batteries. Batteries turn dead devices into lifesavers. Radios, flashlights, headlamps, even medical devices. Because they're small and valuable, batteries often disappear when guests or neighbors visit. To protect them, remove batteries from their packaging and store them in plain containers labeled with coded notes only your household understands. Spread them throughout different areas so you're never relying on one stash. In a crisis, the person who has power options has more control and fewer risks, so guard your battery supply just as carefully as food or water. Number 5. Solar chargers. A solar charger is one of the most powerful tools you can own in a blackout because it provides silent, renewable energy without attracting attention the way a generator would. But the sight of a solar panel can instantly signal that your home has ongoing power, a message you definitely want to avoid sharing. Keep portable solar chargers tucked away behind curtains, under car seats, or in backpacks when not in use. Charge devices discreetly, preferably indoors, or in areas shielded from direct neighbor visibility. A solar charger should always remain a quiet advantage, not an advertised asset. Number 6. Candles. Candles seem harmless, but during a blackout, they reveal more than you think. A soft glow behind a window can alert neighbors that your home is functioning better than theirs. To stay discreet, use candles sparingly and block windows with thick curtains or blankets while they're lit. Store candles in bins or drawers so visitors won't notice how many you have. Candles don't just offer light, they provide emotional comfort. Protecting them ensures your household stays calm without becoming a target for constant requests from others. Number 7. Matches and lighters. Fire starting supplies are essential for cooking, warmth, and purifying water, but they're also extremely easy to lose or have taken. To prevent this, keep them in waterproof cases stored in multiple hidden spots. Use inexpensive lighters for everyday needs and reserve higher quality tools for emergencies only. Redundancy is everything. You never want to depend on one single lighter. In stressful situations, even small items like matches become bargaining chips, so ensure yours are secure and accounted for. Number 8. Cooking fuel. People quickly realize the importance of fuel once electric stoves and microwaves stop working. Suddenly, anyone who can cook becomes instantly valuable and instantly observed. Whether you use propane, butane, or alcohol fuel, keep it stored away from visible areas like garages with open doors or yards where neighbors walk by. Label containers discreetly so people can't identify what's inside. Cooking fuel should always be treated as a critical resource, not something you casually show around. Store it safely, out of sight, and with enough redundancy that you never rely on a single container. Number 9. Portable stove. A portable stove lets you boil water, cook meals, and sterilize tools even when the grid goes down. But the smell of food travels fast, especially when others are hungry. To stay low profile, cook outdoors only when absolutely necessary. Use lids to contain steam, and choose low-smell meals whenever possible. When you're done, store the stove inside a plain, unmarked box so it doesn't draw attention. A functioning stove is essentially a survival upgrade. Protecting it means protecting your ability to feed your household without relying on anyone else. Number 10. Tools. In a prolonged blackout, things break doors, shelves, pipes, and borrowing tools becomes common. But lending out tools during emergencies often turns into permanent loss. Keep your kit organized and hidden in places guests rarely access, like high shelves or locked cabinets. Tools allow you to fix problems without waiting for help, and that independence becomes incredibly valuable. Protecting your tools means preserving your ability to stay self-reliant when professional services are unavailable. Number 11. First aid supplies. Medical items are among the first things to disappear from stores. Even minor injuries become far more serious when hospitals are overwhelmed. That's why protecting your first aid kit is essential. Keep bandages, alcohol wipes, pain relievers, and ointment stored in a sealed box known only to your family. Avoid leaving medicine bottles visible in bathrooms or kitchens. A well-stocked medical kit is more than convenience. It's your safety net in an environment where help might not be available. Number 12. Medications. Prescription medications are especially important to protect. Some neighbors may be desperate for their own treatments once pharmacies close and supplies run out. Store your medications in discreet containers and rotate them to maintain effectiveness. Keep emergency extras for essential long-term prescriptions. By protecting your medication, you protect your health and prevent uncomfortable conversations that might arise when others need something you simply cannot share. Number 13. Hygiene products. Hygiene dramatically affects health during a crisis. Soap, toothpaste, and feminine hygiene products become scarce quickly, and a lack of basic hygiene often leads to widespread illness. Store your reserves in plastic bins under sinks, inside closets, or in garage storage where they aren't immediately noticeable. Never stack these items visibly in bathrooms, as people tend to ask for just one when they see plenty. Protecting your hygiene supplies protects your entire household from preventable sickness. Number 14. Toilet paper. Toilet paper seems trivial until people can't find it. Panic buying proves how emotional this item becomes in shortages. Keep your stash protected by compressing it in vacuum bags and placing it behind seasonal decorations or bulky items. Store only small amounts in bathrooms so no visitor notices large reserves. Toilet paper is a comfort item that becomes a serious necessity in long-term outages. Number 15. Garbage bags. Good sanitation is survival. Garbage bags handle waste, collect water, protect gear, and even function as emergency ponchos. Because they look ordinary, people underestimate them until they run out. Store extra rolls in multiple locations and avoid leaving them in plain view in your kitchen or garage. A single roll can solve countless problems, so treat your supply with the same care as food or water. Number 16. Cleaning supplies. Bleach, disinfectant sprays, vinegar, and wipes prevent disease outbreaks when regular cleaning becomes difficult. These supplies run out fast in stores, especially during emergencies. Protect yours by placing them in low visibility areas and using them mindfully. The goal is to maintain sanitation without advertising that you have more than others. Clean quietly, store quietly, and keep your home healthy without attracting unnecessary attention. Number 17. Spices and salt. In survival situations, flavor becomes morale. Spices turn basic meals into something comforting, and salt becomes essential not only for taste, but also for long-term food preservation. Store spices in opaque jars and keep strong-smelling ingredients sealed tightly. Cooking aromatic meals during a blackout can attract curiosity from far away, so use strong spices sparingly or strategically. A little flavor can keep spirits high, but strong scents can bring unwanted visitors. Number 18. Coffee and tea. Caffeine is more emotional than people like to admit. When stress is high and comfort is low, a cup of coffee or tea can feel like a lifeline. Many adults rely on caffeine daily, and first-day withdrawals can make people irritable or desperate. Protect your supply by using airtight containers that block scent completely. Keep your coffee maker or kettle stored away too. A simple morning drink becomes a powerful psychological anchor for you and a bargaining item for others. Number 19. Non-electric entertainment. During long hours without power, boredom leads to anxiety. Books, cards, puzzles, and board games help keep your household relaxed and productive. But once neighbors realize you have entertainment while they sit in the dark, they may start expecting to spend time at your home. Protecting these items isn't selfish. It's about maintaining control over your space and routines. Keep them stored quietly and bring them out only for your family. Number 20. Warm clothing. When heating systems fail, warmth becomes a daily challenge. Thermal layers, wool socks, heavy blankets, and winter coats are crucial. Keep them stored in closets, sealed bags, or underbeds so the amount you own isn't obvious. Cold neighbors may ask to borrow items if they see your stockpile, and refusing during a crisis can create tension. Keeping your reserves private prevents conflict and ensures your own household stays warm. Number 21. Shoes and boots. Reliable footwear becomes far more important during a blackout than most people realize. When transportation systems stop, when roads become hazardous, or when you must walk long distances for supplies, good shoes are not optional. They're survival gear. A sturdy pair of boots protects your feet from debris, sharp objects, extreme weather, and long hours on the move. That's why people who didn't prepare may quickly notice who still has quality footwear. If their shoes fall apart, they might ask to borrow yours, and saying no can create tension. Protect your extra shoes by keeping them in boxes, sealed bags, or behind seasonal clothing. Make sure each family member has at least one durable pair reserved only for emergencies. Foot injuries during crises can quickly escalate into serious problems, so keeping your footwear private ensures your household stays mobile and safe. Number 22. Power banks. Charged power banks are essentially portable electricity, and in a blackout, electricity becomes priceless. A charged power bank can keep your phone alive for hours or even days, allowing you to access important information, offline maps, digital documents, and emergency contacts. But if neighbors see you charging devices while their phones are dead, they'll immediately suspect you have extra power. To avoid that, store your power banks in drawers or containers that don't attract attention. Rotate their usage every few months to extend battery life, and keep at least one fully charged at all times. A power bank is silent, simple, and extremely valuable. Protecting it ensures that you stay informed, connected, and calm, while others lose communication. Number 23. Radios. Once the internet shuts down and cell towers fail, information becomes scarce. A simple battery-powered or hand-crank radio can become your lifeline to weather updates, emergency alerts, or community notices. However, having access to information that others don't can create tension. Neighbors may expect updates from you or become suspicious if they know you have a functioning radio. Store your radios in opaque bags, inside backpacks, or between clothing layers so they don't stand out. Always keep spare batteries nearby, but hidden as well. A radio is not just a convenience, it's your window to the outside world, and protecting it keeps your household better prepared without drawing unnecessary attention. Number 24. Maps. Physical maps suddenly become critical once GPS fails. Without digital navigation, people can get lost even in familiar areas. A regional map allows you to plan routes, find water sources, avoid blocked roads, and locate shelters or high points. Since maps seem simple, many neighbors won't think about them until they desperately need one, and then they'll come looking for help. Protect your maps by storing them inside old books, folders, or binders so they appear unremarkable. Fold them tightly and keep duplicates hidden in go bags. Maps become survival tools when technology shuts down, and keeping them discreet ensures you can move confidently without making your preparedness obvious. Number 25. Important documents. In emergencies, your identity and financial records are extremely important. IDs, passports, birth certificates, insurance papers, property records, and financial information must be stored where they are safe from both disaster and curiosity. A blackout often comes with increased stress and sometimes increased crime, making document protection essential. Store them in fireproof and waterproof bags, tucked under furniture, inside closets, or in drawers that don't appear valuable. Never leave them in obvious places like desks or visible file folders. Protecting these documents means protecting your ability to recover, access aid, prove ownership, and restart your life once the crisis passes. Number 26. Seeds. Seeds become long-term survival tools in prolonged outages, especially if food supplies stop returning to normal. A small collection of vegetable seeds can turn into weeks or months of fresh produce. People unfamiliar with gardening may only realize the value of seeds once store shelves stay empty. Protect your seeds by keeping them in cool, dry, and dark locations like sealed tins, jars, or vacuum bags stored in closets or under beds. Label them lightly, or with coded names so their purpose is not obvious. Good seeds can feed your family for months, and keeping them safe ensures your ability to grow food when others can't. Number 27. Gardening tools. Even simple gardening tools, hand trowels, pruners, gloves, watering cans, become extremely valuable once food shortages begin. If neighbors see you growing food successfully, they may start asking to borrow tools, and tools rarely come back in emergencies. Store your gardening gear in locked sheds, garages, or outdoor boxes that cannot be seen from the street. Avoid leaving anything leaning against fences or walls. Tools help you build independence, reduce reliance on failing systems, and maintain your own food source. Protecting them protects your long-term survival options. Number 28. Fuel for vehicles. Gas shortages can create immediate panic during a blackout. Without fuel, cars, generators, and machinery become useless. People who didn't prepare may start looking for fuel anywhere they think it might exist. To protect your reserves, store fuel only in approved containers, and keep those containers hidden inside locked areas such as garages, sheds, or basements. Never leave fuel visible in driveways, yards, or car trunks where neighbors might casually notice it. Properly stored fuel provides mobility, access to supplies, and the ability to evacuate if necessary. Keeping it private ensures your household retains that flexibility without drawing attention. Number 29. Car battery jump starters. A portable jump starter can bring a silent vehicle back to life when no one else can help. During emergencies, cars are essential for warmth, charging devices, or transportation. If your neighbors know you have a jump starter, you may face constant requests, sometimes at dangerous times of day or night. Keep your jump starter under seats, inside trunk compartments, or in go bags. Maintain it by charging it occasionally. A functioning jump starter is a major advantage and protects your mobility in critical moments, so treat it as a discreet emergency asset. Number 30. Cash. When electronic payment systems go down, cash immediately returns as the primary exchange method. Even small bills become extremely valuable for buying food, water, or services. But keeping all your cash in one place is risky, both for theft and accidental discovery. Protect your money by splitting it into several small stashes around your home. A few bills in books, some in clothing pockets, some in hidden drawers. Avoid keeping large amounts in wallets or obvious containers. Cash gives you options when systems fail, and distributing it quietly ensures you stay financially flexible without putting everything at risk. Number 31. Gold and silver. Precious metals hold value regardless of the situation, but they also attract attention. If neighbors discover you have gold or silver, even by accident, it can change how they view your resources. Keep valuables inside non-obvious containers like empty food boxes, old electronics, or storage bins filled with unrelated items. Avoid discussing them or showing them, even casually. Precious metals function as long-term security, but they only work in your favor if no one else knows you have them. Number 32. Extra phones. Backup phones serve multiple purposes: communication, emergency apps, offline storage, and even as flashlights or radios. When a primary phone breaks, having a spare is a major advantage. Store extra phones powered off to preserve battery life, and keep them in drawers or containers where they blend in with clutter. Neighbors struggling with broken devices may ask for help if they know you're prepared. Keeping your spares discreet ensures your household maintains communication abilities without conflict. Number 33. USB drives. USB drives hold backups of documents, maps, family records, emergency instructions, and even offline educational materials. If systems collapse, these digital backups become priceless. To protect them, seal them in waterproof bags and store them with your important documents, but hidden inside folders or book covers so they don't stand out. They're small enough to lose easily, so extra care ensures your information stays protected, private, and accessible only to your household. Number 34. Work gloves. During emergencies, you'll be handling debris, repairing structures, gathering wood, or cleaning unsanitary areas. Work gloves prevent injuries that could otherwise become serious infections. They're cheap but essential. Store multiple pairs inside toolboxes or sealed bags so they stay clean and dry. If neighbors see your supply, they may ask for gloves when theirs wear out. Protecting your stock ensures your hands and your ability to keep working remains safe throughout the crisis. Number 35. Rope and paracord. Rope and paracord handle everything from building shelters to tying down tarps or organizing supplies. They're incredibly versatile, and once people notice you have extra, they may assume you have other useful tools too. Keep your rope wrapped neatly and stored in bins or drawers where it doesn't look like emergency gear. Avoid hanging it visibly in garages or sheds. Rope is a quiet tool with massive value, and protecting it keeps your survival options wide open. Number 36. Duct tape. Duct tape is famous for a reason: it can repair almost anything. Holes in shelters, broken handles, leaks, torn shoes, loose insulation, and dozens of other problems can be fixed instantly with a single roll. Because of its usefulness, people often ask to borrow duct tape, and roll by roll your supply can disappear. Protect your tape by keeping it deep inside drawers or packed at the bottom of storage containers. Treat it like a precious repair tool, not a household convenience. Number 37. Buckets. Buckets become multi-purpose survival tools during a blackout. They can carry water, store supplies, handle sanitation needs, wash clothing, or catch rain. They're cheap and common, but when scarcity hits, people realize how essential they are. Store your buckets in garages, sheds, or storage rooms in ways that make them look like ordinary clutter. A simple bucket can make life dramatically easier, so keeping your extras protected prevents them from disappearing when demand increases. Number 38. Rainwater collectors. Even small rain catchment systems matter. They provide a quiet, renewable water source when taps fail. But visible water collectors may attract attention from neighbors who suddenly recognize their importance. Place them behind your house, near fences, or in garden corners where they can't be seen casually. Keep them low profile and avoid mentioning them. A steady water supply is one of the most powerful survival tools you can have, and protecting it ensures long-term stability. Number 39. Fire extinguishers. Fire risks rise sharply during blackouts, from candles, improvised stoves, or overloaded generators. Having a fire extinguisher can prevent a small accident from becoming a disaster, but relying on yours to help neighbors in every emergency can drain your resources fast. Keep one extinguisher easily accessible for your household, and keep backups stored out of view. A well-protected extinguisher is a quiet insurance policy that keeps your home safe without inviting dependence from others. Number 40. Blankets and sleeping bags. When heat systems fail, warmth becomes essential for morale, safety, and rest. Blankets and sleeping bags help regulate body temperature and prevent hypothermia indoors. Store them in vacuum bags under beds or inside closets where they remain compact and hidden. Neighbors struggling with cold might ask for extra blankets if they see them openly stored. Keeping yours discreet protects your household's comfort and resilience during long nights without power. Number 41. Hand warmers. Hand warmers seem small and unimportant during normal life, but in a blackout, especially a winter one, they become one of the most comforting and practical items you can own. When heating systems fail, your hands and feet lose warmth quickly, which reduces coordination, slows your ability to work, and increases the risk of cold-related injuries. Hand warmers give you instant heat without electricity, allowing you to stay functional while doing tasks in cold environments. Because they are light and easy to carry, people often ask to borrow just one, which quickly empties your supply. Protect them by keeping them inside sealed boxes or bins that blend in with seasonal decorations or winter clothing. Store them in cool, dry places to extend their shelf life. A single pack can make the difference between a productive day and a dangerous one, so guard your stock carefully to ensure your household can maintain warmth even when the temperature drops sharply. Number 42. Rain gear. When the grid goes down, you can't rely on cars, heated buildings, or quick shelter to keep you dry. Rain gear ponchos, rain jackets, waterproof pants protects your body from cold, moisture, and wind. Staying dry is essential because wet clothing dramatically increases heat loss and can lead to illness. However, durable rain gear is something most households lack, and once storms hit, unprepared neighbors will quickly realize their mistake. If they see you with proper waterproof gear, requests to borrow it are almost guaranteed. Protect your rain gear by storing it deep in closets or inside luggage where it looks like ordinary travel items. These items allow you to keep moving, collecting supplies, or securing your property even during bad weather. When your mobility is protected, you maintain control over your environment, and that matters more than people realize during emergencies. Number 43. Backpacks. A strong backpack is more than a bag, it's your portable storage system. Whether you need to carry water, tools, food, or documents, a good backpack keeps everything organized and secure while freeing your hands. During a blackout, mobility becomes critical, and you don't want to be balancing items in your arms. Neighbors who lack bags might ask to borrow yours, especially if they need to make trips on foot. Since a backpack is easy to borrow and difficult to get back, keep your sturdy packs stored out of sight unless you are actively using them. Store them inside closets, under beds, or inside large containers to avoid drawing attention. A reliable backpack can turn a difficult trip into a manageable one, and protecting it protects your ability to gather supplies or relocate safely if conditions worsen. Number 44. Spare keys. Spare keys to your home, shed, vehicle, or storage areas become incredibly important when digital locks or automatic systems stop working. During stressful situations, people misplace keys far more easily, and losing access to important areas can quickly turn into an emergency. That's why your spare keys must be hidden in places only you know, behind furniture, taped under shelves, inside rarely opened books, or in dedicated lockboxes. A blackout heightens security concerns, and the last thing you want is someone casually discovering where you store your access points. Protecting spare keys gives you control over your property and prevents accidental lockouts during a time when locksmiths or repair services may be unavailable. Number 45. Safety locks. When lights go out, people naturally become more protective of their homes. Additional safety locks for doors and windows help secure your supplies, especially if the outage lasts for days or weeks. Simple locks can deter opportunistic attempts to enter storage areas or sheds. But if neighbors see multiple locks lying around or notice you upgrading your home security, it might raise questions or create the impression that you have something worth protecting. That's why keeping unused locks in toolboxes or hidden compartments is essential. Only install them quietly when needed. Strong security helps create peace of mind and safeguards your resources without drawing unnecessary attention. Number 46. Noise control items. Sound travels differently during blackouts. Without cars, music, or appliances running, neighborhoods become extremely quiet. People start listening more closely for signs of who has supplies, who is cooking, and who is still comfortable. Thick curtains, rugs, carpets, and draft stoppers help reduce the sounds of movement, cooking, and conversation inside your home. These noise control items may seem simple, but they help maintain your privacy and make your home feel like just another powerless house on the block. Protect these items by storing them in closets or linen cabinets so they look ordinary. A quieter home doesn't attract attention, and that privacy becomes one of your strongest defenses during uncertain times. Number 47. Water filters. A water filter is one of the most valuable tools in any emergency. Clean drinking water can make the difference between staying healthy and becoming seriously ill. When water treatment facilities fail or pipes freeze, people quickly panic. If neighbors learn you have a working filter, they may assume you can provide water for everyone. To avoid becoming overwhelmed, protect your filters by keeping them packed away in plain cardboard boxes or stored inside kitchen cabinets that don't appear special. Use your filter discreetly and avoid discussing it. A working filter gives you independence and long-term safety, and protecting it ensures your household always has access to clean water regardless of outside conditions. Number 48. Cooking pots. Heavy-duty cooking pots are far more important in emergencies than lightweight utensils. They can withstand high heat, open flames, and improvised cooking setups. Whether you're boiling water, preparing simple meals, or disinfecting tools through boiling, a good pot becomes essential. However, sturdy cookware is something many people lack, and once neighbors realize they can't cook effectively, they may ask to borrow yours. Since lending a pot often means never seeing it again, protect your cookware by storing it in lower cabinets or inside stacked kitchen containers where it doesn't look like emergency equipment. A reliable pot maintains your ability to purify water and cook food efficiently core survival tasks in a prolonged outage. Number 49. Emergency notes and plans. Your household's emergency plan, where you store supplies, how to communicate, what to do if separated is sensitive information. If neighbors overhear or discover your plan, they may assume you have more resources than you actually do. Printed emergency instructions, contact lists, and evacuation notes should be stored inside books, folders, or binders that blend in with the rest of your home. These plans are for your family only. Keeping them private ensures you maintain control of your decisions without pressure or interference during stressful times. A good plan protects your safety, but only if it stays confidential. Number 50. Your quiet routine. The final and most important item to protect is not a physical object, but a strategy. Maintaining the appearance that your household is facing the same challenges as everyone else. Staying quiet, minimizing visible light, cooking discreetly, and avoiding unnecessary noise helps you keep a low profile. Don't boast about being prepared. Don't show off your supplies. Don't casually mention that you have extra food, water, or power. In a blackout, people look for signs of stability, and any indication that you're doing better than others can create tension or expectations you cannot meet. A quiet routine keeps your home safe by blending into the environment. When neighbors assume your situation mirrors theirs, your resources stay protected, your household remains calm, and you avoid interactions that could become stressful during an already difficult time.